Hey guys, I'm Clay Curry. I'm 32 years old. I live in Liberty, Mississippi, and I am rebuilt.
What is going on, everybody? Guys, welcome back to the I Am Rebuilt series. If this is your first time with us here, tell you a little bit about what these videos are. These are our success stories. These are the transformations from the men inside of Rebuilt Recovery. So we've, over the last 2+ years, we've had the opportunity to take about 3,000 plus guys through our various coaching programs, books, and courses. But I've had the ability, and I'm so grateful for this, to work hand in hand and one-on-one with about 200 men. And what we do in these short little interviews is we like to highlight some of the best transformations, some of the biggest success stories, some of the men that really took control of their lives and really succeeded, not just in eliminating porn, but really with reshaping themselves and rebuilding their lives. So here today with me today is none other than Clay Curry. Clay, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good.
Yeah, really appreciate you taking the time out here today, man. If you don't mind, man, would you kind of share with the audience maybe a little bit about where you were at and what you've been struggling with prior to coming in to the program?
Porn was one. I mean that's kind of what led me in, and not that. So I found you, Frank. Actually found you. I think I found you on a TikTok, and then I started listening to your podcast, and it was then that I realized I had a porn addiction. You know how the world is, man. It's just out there. It's kind of a free for all, and porn was a daily part of my life, no doubt, but I never really saw it as a problem until I realized, and I found you and I saw what you were doing, and, just listening to some of your podcasts. And then I realized, well, hell, that's me. That's the life I'm living. I was just living in a fog, just living at making very bad decisions. I wasn't a good man, had very low testosterone from, porn on, daily thing for me. So just not showing up as a good man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing that, man. I think that's a hard thing for a lot of men to do, right? Is like look at themselves in the mirror and be like, right, they're not living up to your potential. So, I think that there's going to be a lot of guys that maybe hear that story, Clay, and then be like, damn, that's me too. So for you, after reaching out, after knowing like, hey man, I need to do something about this, were there any hesitations that you were actually going through, whether it was internally, whether it was upstairs in your head, like, okay, I'm aware of this problem, but am I actually ready to do anything about it? So what was that like? Were there anything that you were struggling with from a hesitation standpoint? And then how were you able to get past that?
The only thing, no, I wanted to stop. Like once I realized it was a problem, like I was excited to stop. Mm-hmm. I was terrified to tell my wife, and then one thing that was not really a hesitation, but something I was worried about was the financial, aspect of it, because, I made such poor decisions in every area of my life. Like, I earned good money, but we just spent it, I just never had any money, So yeah, the money was a little bit right at first, but, I said, hell, I'm gonna make the leap and I'm gonna do it. And I'm glad I did, because, now even that aspect of my life is greatly improved. So yeah, finance and intelligence. But what kind of marriage are you going to have if it's a lie? So you got to tell the truth.
Dude, that one hits, man. That one hits real hard for a lot of guys out there. So talking about that, talking about the investment part here, like you mentioned how initially you looked at it as a cost here, man, this is some money here, but now you're realizing like it was actually an investment into yourself, into your future, because it's produced all this greater, good for your life. So after joining, what was that initial kind of, first 2 weeks? And then what was your experience like actually going through the program? Can you talk more about maybe like what got easy for you? What were some of the good things that came out of it, and how has actually removing this out of your life actually produced good outcomes in your life?
So like I said, the first 2 weeks was just getting, in the swing of things, going through the program, doing and it's good the way you have it set up, where you can like, gradually go into it and, progress, but just kind of making the time to make it happen, putting in the work is that, starting that getting that discipline to do the work to be successful. That was probably my hardest part, because I was not disciplined at all. I was used, just to whatever I felt like doing, that's what I did. So I had zero discipline before when we first started, which guys that view porn every day pretty much don't have any discipline,
Yeah.
So
no, absolutely.
What was the other part of that question?
I guess just what, so you talked about the discipline here, and I know one thing for you, because you mentioned like you didn't want to be a, shitty husband anymore.
Yeah.
What did this course, or, what did the program of removing porn do within your relationship? Like, how did it improve that?
Well, I mean, for one thing, like I said, just showing up as a good husband. Like, once I got the porn and the daily masturbation out of my life, like, I felt like for the first time I was really able to connect with my wife. And honestly, I mean, in no time, our sex life, like, jumped off the charts. It was like, for the first time, I felt like I was having real sex with my wife. And I told you that, early on, like, I just couldn't believe, within that first month, actually, like, I just, I felt like I was falling in love all over again, And actually, I probably was falling in love for the first time, But really, I was able to, really connect with my wife, because I wasn't living in that fog anymore.
Dude, that's amazing, man. There's a tough one, right? Like, I feel like we've hit these guys hard already twice just in these first couple minutes. So think about the married men out there right now. You're sleeping next to your wife every night. Are you having sex with your wife?
They're missing out.
Sex with a woman on the screen.
We were having sex, but we wasn't really having the right kind of sex, the sex you're supposed to have with your wife. So, and that's what I said. I experienced that for the first time when I started this program. I did. Because, like I say, I've watched porn for however many years that was. But once I got off, during the program, I finally experienced what it's actually supposed to be like, and it was amazing.
Dude, that's beautiful, man. That's so beautiful to hear. So we know you've learned so much about yourself, right? You've gained all these tools. You've grown in discipline. You've connected with your wife. You've fallen in love with her the first time. I mean, we can just go on and on and on and on and on here with all the good stuff. I'm curious, Clay, like, knowing that we've kicked this habit now and we've gotten this out of our life, and we got a lot of years ahead of us, right? Like, you're still a young man. You got a long thing to look forward to. What are you most excited about life now, knowing that you've removed this and you have this ability to not fall back into any vice patterns, but really the potential that you have? So what are you most looking forward to right now, man?
Just making progress till they throw the dirt on me. Really, that's my goal. It's just making progress. Whatever, I'm gonna do the next thing that I'm doing now, and then I'm gonna keep going. I'm never gonna stop, and I don't think you can stop. But yeah, just actually no telling. Like, I'm excelling in my business. I'm starting on a new, very, very difficult certification. But I feel like with the discipline I have now, I'm just, there's no doubt I'm going to get it. So that, and then just like being a better dad, being a better husband, never stopping, making progress in every area. So that's my goal,
Dude, I love that so much, man. You've caught the growth bug, right? When you begin to realize, like, this life is about either growing or dying, and you're either growing in a better man, you're growing in skill sets, you're growing in being a better father, you're growing physically, or you're just chasing your own death.
Well,
so,
and I'll say this, before I started the program, it seems impossible to be the best in every area of your life. Like, I used to think you got to pick one. You want to be a family man or a good businessman or like this. Now I realize you can put that work into every aspect of your life and be that. You just, now that I'm disciplined enough, I can make time. I have way more time to do so many things now. And, like I said, work on every area of my life. So, and before this program, I thought it was impossible. You picked one or the other and went with that. But now I see that is not the case. That's a limiting belief, man. And you've heard me say it, and the guys watching this, I've heard me say it thousands of times. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're showing up short in one area, that will carry over. It may not be immediate, but in time, if you're falling short in business,
your health is going to take a back seat. Your relationships are going to take a back seat. Your finances are going to take a back seat. If you're falling up short in your relationships, your fitness is going to take a back seat. It's just how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's when we talk about living in integrity and walking in alignment. So obviously be respectful for everybody's time here. Please.
I'm stronger than I've ever been in my life. Like I'm down, I'm 40 something pounds. I've lost, right before I started the program, I was weighing about 300. I'm 255 right now.
Dude.
Just my arms are huge now. Like I'm bigger than I've ever been, muscle wise.
I was going to say, it's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you, man. That was one of the first things that I noticed. I'm like, damn, this man looks healthy, younger, more vibrant, the energy coming off of you. So guys, I just want to highlight here, man, 55 plus pounds dropped, fell in love with his wife for the first time, reconnected, created intimacy in a relationship that he had never felt and experienced before, thriving in his business, making more money than he's ever made, more time than he's ever had, more present as a father, seeking out new certifications. Brother, you're crushing it in every single area of your life, but it all started with a choice and a decision. So I'm going to take you to the final question here. Is there's going to be a lot of guys that are watching this, right? There's going to be a lot of guys that hear this. Maybe they're at the point where you were. Maybe they've fallen into our work and they're like, damn, this stuff this guy Frank's talking about is actually me. Maybe they've even been aware about it for a while, but they're facing some of that hesitation. Maybe it's the cost. Maybe it's the money. I can't invest in myself. I don't make enough money to do that. Maybe there's something else. Maybe there's a limiting belief in their head right now. So if you're talking to them, or maybe even talking to the previous version of Clay, what words of inspiration, what words of motivation would you maybe have for the men out there to make the jump, to take the plunge, and make the decision to remove this out of their life by getting involved into one of our programs here?
I will say every choice you have, you're either going to grow or you're going to shrink. So whether you choose not to act, you're shrinking. But if you take the leap and you choose to grow, you'll grow. You gotta just go ahead. I mean, what do you have to lose, really? Take the leap. Like I say, I think every choice you make, like every minute that passes day, you have a choice to either grow or shrink. So make the right choice. Go for it, man. It changed my life. It really did.
I love that so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, you heard it out there. The choice is yours. You're aware. If you've been struggling with this, you know what's going on, and you probably know that you're not going to be able to get out of this and do this on your own. So underneath this video, guys, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching somewhere else, there should be a link to a booking application page. Guys, click on that link. If it's something that you're interested in exploring, guys, there's no pressure. There's no commitment to join from the beginning. Let's just have a conversation. So click that link down there, guys. Fill the application out and book a call. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to hear what you're going through. I'd love to even see if working with us makes sense. You may be going through something that I'm not actually able to help you with, but let's start with a conversation there. So if what Clay shared with you here today inspired you, motivated you, drove you to maybe begin to look at yourself, click that first link down there, guys, below, guys. Fill out the application. I'd love to book a call. But Clay, brother, thank you so much, man. I'm so proud of the work that you've continued to do. I'm excited to have you as a part of this new brotherhood that we're launching here as well. So I know we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to excel in every single area of your life. Thank you for your commitment to yourself. Thank you for the commitment to the organization with Rebuilt Recovery. And thank you for your vulnerability with sharing the things that you shared tonight, because I think what you shared here is going to impact so many men's lives. So guys, you heard it. If you want to book a call, fill that link out, fill the application out, book a call. But for Clay Curry, Frank Rich, the I Am Rebuilt series, episode 12, guys, bringing you another amazing transformation story. We love you. We'll see you on the other side.